evening, and welcome to another episode of the Power Half Hour Unstoppable Business Owner. And I'm your host, Dorothy Odell, for this evening. Before we get started and bring on our amazing guest for tonight, I just wanted to give a huge thank you and shout out to our sponsor of today's show, which is the Left Foot Coach, an innovative entrepreneurial venture partner that will take your income and self-expression to the next level. With his established five-pillar methodology, the Left Foot Coach can help you build a solid foundation for success and expand your full potential. As a growth coach, the Left Foot Coach is dedicated to partnering with you and your established business to help you grow your income and achieve your goals. Whether you're an entrepreneur or a professional looking to take your career to the next level, the Left Foot Coach can help you provide with the support, guidance, and resources you need to succeed. So to get your free 30-minute consultation today, simply go to Christian's calendar link here in the comments and book your free 30-minute coaching call today. With that, I'd love to bring the screen Michael Padurano. Welcome to the show, Michael. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You know, I have to admit, this guy was the fourth guest on the Unstoppable Overcomers 2 years ago.
I feel
2
old.
years ago. Could you
I
imagine?
feel old.
2 years ago.
It's been a very long 2 years. That much I can promise you.
It has
It's
been, my
been
friend.
a very interesting 2 years.
And I
It's
have
been
to
2 years.
yeah, like I don't even know how to introduce you. Like the spiritual guru, like I don't even know.
I have no idea. I just say I'm me. That's all
You're
I am
me.
is me.
I
Yeah,
know.
I am me.
On his biography, it's I am who I am. I am me.
Mm, mm.
So I don't even know how to explain you or what you do.
I don't know. Sid is in the background flicking me off right now, so I don't know what's going on. Welcome to life with my 6-year-old.
So for,
What do? I do a little bit of everything. I support people through whatever they're growing through. It's a perpetual state of motion. It's spiritually, business wise, personally, whatever they need to grow through, I'll help them get there. Or I'll just sit around and just grow and evolve myself. I'm okay with that too. Like it's all good.
and Michael has the innate ability to pull things out of you that you didn't even see were there.
It's a gift and a curse, but yes, I do have it. A tremendous gift and a curse.
I remember our first conversation. I didn't know what all I knew is Jen Zahari said, "Hey, you got to talk to this guy named Mike." So I talked to Mike, and after the end of the hour, my jaw was dropped, and I'm like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And like, I can't believe the conversation we just had. I think you were the very first guy that told me, "Hey, wait a minute, you know that you have so much more." And and I was just like, okay, I don't even know who this guy is, but and then we've been friends ever since.
I mean, I'm just me. Like there is no explanation, there is no identifier. I'm just who I am. It's fine. I love being me, and I love exactly who I am. So I'm not looking for anything else to be labeled.
That is true. That is true.
Labels are limitations. I don't believe in those.
Ooh, that is so powerful. That is so powerful.
Some days, until you're trying to fill out a form and label what you are, but that's okay. I tend to stay away from forms, so we're good.
Oh, love that.
I'm very informal.
That he is. And I don't know if you all remember, guys, Islands of the Misfits was Michael's brainchild. Love that show. I used to watch it every Thursday night. I couldn't wait for Thursday night to come on.
It was so much fun. Like, I mean, I look back and I think of all the different things I created around that time, and boy, I just had nothing better to do. Man, I just came up with so much stuff. It was crazy. Like, I mean, I just was bored and I wanted to create community for myself, so I did for everybody else too. And I loved it, every second of it. It was one of the best times in my life, looking back. At the moment, it wasn't always, but now it is.
Right. What would you say would be the biggest thing that you've had to overcome to get to where you're at today?
Want me to break it down really simply and stupidly?
Sure. Simple is sweet.
Waking up every morning. As long as I wake up, I got a shot that day. That's the biggest feat, right? If I get up, then everything else is fine. I can live into my purpose of impacting souls that day. And I'm the luckiest person alive.
Awesome.
It's just truly grateful for the smallest parts of it.
And this is so incredible because this man has been through hell and back. And he didn't stop. He kept walking through how, like, if you know Michael's story, it's absolutely incredible. Consider like even before what I just found out about him having a stroke and everything like that.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you want to go into any of that.
Sure. November 16th, I was driving my son Thomas to his new school at the time, and he still wasn't comfortable in staying there. And he wanted me to spend time with him at the school because he just got placed there and he was just starting it. And it was around 10:15 in the morning, around 10 o'clock in the morning, and he decided he couldn't stay for the day. And that was after him being home for 9 months because he couldn't go to traditional school anymore at that point. He just was so uncomfortable in his own skin. So we were driving home from there, which was only like a 25-minute drive. And about 15 minutes into it, so around 10:15 in the morning, I'm pulling up to a red light, and I look at Thomas, and I say, Thomas, I don't feel well. There's something wrong. All my energy is just gone. And he said, at that moment, my eyes rolled in the back of my head, and I just passed out at the red light as we were rolling up to a red light. 30 seconds later, the light turns green. He taps me on the shoulder. He says, Dad, the light's green. You got to drive home. And I opened my eyes and drove home. I got home. I took naps the rest of the day. I woke up to take care of the kids. I woke up when Sid got home. I fed them. I took care of them, got them upstairs early, and then went back to sleep for the whole night. And I was listening to frequencies all day. I intuitively just picked different frequencies to listen to. I woke up the next morning because I start my day really early just because I had to get 3 kids ready at 3 different time schedules. And I was half paralyzed on the left side of my body. And my left side of my face was drooping, and it was very obvious that I had some type of stroke. I called my friend who said I was extremely slurring and didn't question why I needed him. And he came over and helped me get Thomas to school, and then drove me to the emergency room. And I walked myself in.
Wow.
Went to the desk and said I had a stroke, and they looked at me and they said, "There's no way." And they're like, "Well, when was it?" And I said, "Yesterday, about 26 hours ago." And they said, "There's no way. You should be dead." And I said, "Maybe, but I had a stroke." And they didn't believe me. I gave them all this stuff for the paperwork. They didn't ask me to fill it out. Thank God, my handwriting's crap to begin with. So right after a stroke, it wasn't much better. And they took me in the back. They did a scan, and it showed that I had a major stroke in 3 places in my brain, and that there was an 83% chance that I'd be a vegetable for the rest of my life.
Wow.
And I walked myself into the hospital, and 24 hours later, I walked myself out. Because they wanted to keep me for more testing and more testing and more testing because there was nothing they could do but test. And I said, well, who's going to take care of my kids because I'm all they've got over the weekend? And he said, we'll call child services. I said, I'll release myself right now. Thank you. Went home and just started going to physical therapy and took care of myself, did more frequency healing. And within 3 weeks, I was 100% back to fully operational. And within a couple of months, I was better than I've ever been. My blood work is the best that it's ever been in my life. I'm down weight. I'm in the best shape of my life. I mean, round is perfect. So, I mean, I'm pretty much there anyway. But, it's the perfect shape, right? Like, you can't mess with it. But health-wise, I'm in absolutely the best shape I've ever been in my life. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. One of the many gifts that came with the stroke was releasing expectations of anything. It helped me to truly live in freedom. I have zero pressure on myself in any way, shape, or form.
Wow.
Looking back, I probably shouldn't have survived what I did. Again, not the first time. And I'm just grateful to be alive every day. I wake up, I'm perfect. I'm exactly the way I'm meant to be. And I just grow forward every single day. I just continue to evolve, continue to work on it, and continue to shift and change and do what I need to do to address things.
Michael, you are like the epitome of what I strive for daily. Like, to be at that level of consciousness where nothing really bothers you, like that has got to be the absolute freedom right there.
I mean, 2 years ago, I wanted to be it too. And, now I'm just go through so much that eventually I either just broke literally, which I broke, and now I'm here. I'm telling people that there's got to be an easier way than a major stroke. There's just got to be an easier way.
Right.
For me, there wasn't.
Well,
I needed tangible evidence that I'm different. So I got it.
Well, you are totally different, my friend. And I mean that in a good way. I mean, seriously, the amount of stuff that you have gone through and walked through, and here you are better than ever, isn't a miracle. And then you teaching other people how to walk in that same freedom is incredible as well.
So there's a couple of things, and I'm really big on the words I use now, right? So I'm very specific about how I label things and word things
Mhm.
because everything we say is what we believe, and what we believe is what we create. So I'm very specific about what I use. I don't teach anyone, I guide people based on my relevant experience to their life. And the reason I say that is because the reality is the relationship is more empowered by the client than it is by the coach.
Mhm.
We like, as coaches, we like to pretend that we are the authority figures. Well, we are not. All we are doing is clarifying from the outside looking in based on their own personal information. They have the strength to wake up every morning and keep going through and growing through what they're going through.
Mhm.
They have all the power. We just have to guide them towards their own solutions because they have all the answers within them.
Right. Right. I absolutely love that. And you're right. Words are power. And
Hmm.
I love that, guiding people through. It's funny because, having several coaches over the years, one of the questions I had asked another coach was, like, what is your secret to being such a great coach? And it's just simply asking questions and guiding
Hmm.
people to the next thing, right? And really, that's what the best coaches do: ask questions and guide to the next.
I always say that if you take the time to understand, then there's a lot less misunderstandings. If you take the time to communicate, there's a lot less miscommunications. It's
Absolutely.
finding that patience, finding that empathy, finding that level to really meet somebody where they're at, not by lowering my vibrational field, but by understanding and being patient and accepting exactly where they're at and just guiding them towards where they want to go. Because it's
Right.
not about me at all. It has nothing to do with what I want. I've made that mistake before. It doesn't work out well.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, I used to want to be the intermediary. I used to want to be able, but looking back, that was all methods of me controlling because I was so terrified of pain. I was so terrified of not having a value and not being worthy of anything that I needed to have some aspect of control in my life. And it wasn't my intent, but looking back, that's exactly what that was.
Right. I think we all go through those seasons. We mean
Hmm.
well, but then life shit happens, whatever you want to call it, and here we are. So I totally get it. And everybody's journey is different, and sometimes, well, I don't know about you, but I'm almost positive it's probably the same thing for you. Like, I'm not even the same person I was yesterday, let alone today. Each day, each minute is something different that you either learn about yourself, or something to get you to the next level, right? If you're
That's why
allowing it.
that's why I call it growing forward, the perpetual state of growth and evolution. It's just called growing forward. I've relabeled everything. I didn't go through anything. I grew through it all. I grow through everything. I'm not giving anything power over me anymore.
Hmm.
It's all within my power and how I can create around it.
I love that. Love that. Create your destiny instead of letting it just move you wherever.
Well, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of allowance. There's a lot of just being involved and having trust and faith in your path and direction.
Hmm.
But I just it's growing forward. Like it's just a constantly evolving process. It's not forcing anything. I allow people, places, and things to to come in my life unconditionally and leave unconditionally. Like it is what it is. The door is always open. The door is always closed. Whatever people want it to be, it is.
Right.
But what I can say is I love myself unconditionally today. So, and that comes first.
Hmm. I know a lot of people that put everybody before themselves, and not that it's a martyristic thing, but it's what they're used to doing.
Mhm.
Myself growing up with a grandmother that said, oh, you have to take care of your man, you got to do this, you got to do that. Taking care of yourself is selfish. But then when my health got to a point where it wasn't great, it's like, well, screw this, because now I need to take care of me, and it isn't selfish. And so what would your advice be to somebody that, came up and said that to you, or you're coaching, guiding?
You need to love yourself more than you love anything else. You're obviously don't believe you're worthy and you're not loving yourself enough. If you're always putting others first and others' needs first and others' priorities ahead of yours, then you don't love yourself enough. You don't find your own worth, that you're worthy of it. You can't possibly be anything for anyone else if you're not doing it for yourself.
That's powerful. And I dare say subconsciously it's something that we do that we don't even think that that's what we're doing, right? Because it's not normal to just say, oh no, I don't like myself and I'm going to say whatever my husband says or my wife says, or you know, taking everybody at faith, everybody into account. um but by loving yourself first, putting yourself first, that's definitely powerful.
It's the only choice we have if we want to be the best version of ourselves for the world.
That is true. And it's a choice that we have to make daily and not just like one and done.
It's a rewiring and a reprogramming because generational societal traumas and stigmas have created situations to where we don't believe that we're whole on our own. We need to find our other half. All these different things that have torn us apart from day one, that we're not worthy, that we can't express our emotions. If you're crying, then you're not listening, you're not allowed, you're acting out. If you're yelling, you're not allowed to yell because you're acting out. If you're doing this, you can't do this because you're acting out. Or maybe we're just trying to express emotions and parents just aren't understanding that or don't want to be bothered. So what I try to do as a parent is allow my kids to express themselves, no matter how it is. Like Sid coming at her and flicking me off. It's so funny. I just laugh at her because she's just expressing herself and she has every right to do that in any way that she feels possible.
Mm. That's giving kids freedom for sure. Now, I don't know about you, but in my household, if I would have told my dad off, I probably would have got a backhand. But
I probably would have been dead. They probably would have killed. I probably would have been dead. Like, I mean, I was beat all the time. So it was never like that, which is, see, and that's where this unconditional love thing doesn't exist, because I have this belief in the world that unconditional love heals the world, because what we are taught by those that are supposed to unconditionally love us, quote unquote, our parents, let's say, was very conditional love, but we were told it was unconditional.
Mhm.
I'll love you if you take this job. I'll love you if you go to college. I'll love you if you get these grades. I'll love you if you play this sport. I'll love you if you do this. I'll love nothing but conditions. But we are told that our parents unconditionally love us. So in our minds, subconsciously, we believe that conditional love is unconditional. We don't know any better. So it's a matter of completely rewiring. And then we set conditions on loving ourselves. I'll love myself if I lose more weight. I'll love myself if I quit smoking. I'll love myself if I make this much money. I'll love myself and if I do this.
Mhm.
Why?
That's powerful right there. And I have to say, I've made a conscious effort lately. I can say I love myself totally 100%, but it's still something that I have to work on because, those doubts creep up and things like that. So I'm forever saying, no, I love me as I am right now. That doesn't mean that I want to stay where I am at. That just means it's an and, right? I love me unconditionally. Actually, the other day, okay, so this is the first time I heard about toxic gratitude. So, for instance, say you keep saying, say you have a job that you absolutely can't stand, and it's been driving you freaking nuts forever, but you always say you're grateful for it because the universe provides when you have gratitude, right? But with toxic gratitude, you it's making the universe saying, okay, well, if you're grateful for it, then that's all you want. But we should be saying we're grateful for it, and we would like something better, or we would like something different, or something more. What are your thoughts on that? Because I just heard about this past week.
I've broken it down much simpler. I'm grateful to wake up every morning. What I do with it from that point forward is on me. I don't waste my time going into those finite details. It's just a waste. Because the minute you get so specific, okay, so this is the way I look at it. Okay, so let's really get into the crazy Mike state. Because Mike is so out there, it's not even funny if we really break this down. So my higher power, I call it source. It could be God, it could be Jesus, it could be Buddha, it could be whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Call it Joe for all I care. It doesn't matter to me. But if it's a higher power that you believe in, it's omnipresent and it's infinite, right? It's all knowing, all powerful, all everything, and unconditional love, truly. Because I'm still alive today, so it must love me for all the crap I did wrong. So obviously I'm perfect in God's eyes, so why am I not perfect in my own? But anyway, that's simplest terms. But so if everything is limitless and my human imagination is limited by my human imagination, why am I going to be so specific about what I want to request? I want my situation to be better. So I work towards that every day. Source, I'm looking to get whatever is meant to be mine so that I can live more into my purpose and impact more souls on a daily basis.
Wow.
Why am I going to ask for a job for $50,000 a year when Source wants me to win $350 million? I'm really missing out on my opportunity here by limiting myself to that.
Got it. That's
because
profound.
if you ask for it and you get it, but you missed out on $350 million that can give generational wealth and really impact the planet day one, why are you
Hell,
limiting?
sign me up for that, right?
But why are you limiting what's open to you? To me, that's the easiest explanation of it in illustration and analogy. But I mean, it's in every aspect of life. I want to be healthier today, so be healthier. Source, I want to heal every ailment in my body. Now we're starting to get more realistic. Heal everything.
Right.
Why not? Why not? We're only limited by our limited beliefs.
Yes, that is so true. And some of us aren't even aware of the blind spots. We're not even aware of it until it hits us like a ton of bricks.
See, I don't use the word abundance anymore because in my mind, abundance always meant as far as my imagination could go is what I thought abundance was. But now I just live in limitlessness because it's limitless. Who am I to judge?
Damn. It's funny. I've been having so many incredible conversations the last couple of weeks, since it is the birthday month, and each day is a new miracle and each day is a new conversation. And it's funny because I was just speaking with Mike about what happened to me Monday night. So we had another Mike on the show, Mike Vini, and amazing guy. He was a referral from Susan Combs. And so him and I hit it off. We're both in the mental health space. We both are mental health advocates and speakers. And so had a great episode. And so today, just doing a little bit of follow up with him today. And he goes, that was such an incredible interview. The only thing I regret is that it wasn't on stage in front of millions of people. And I'm like, okay. So now, and I've been saying for the last 5 years that so it was spoken over me 10 years ago that I will be walking stages and things like that. And today he comes up with that. I'm like, seriously.
But here's the thing, like you guys are focused on millions of people, but there's 8 billion people on the planet. How many have YouTube that can go watch it tomorrow?
Well,
maybe 3 billion, maybe 3 billion. So you're looking for 1 million, but there's really 3 billion out there. Again, just a way that you're minimizing your possibilities. It's on YouTube. It's there for the world to see, and it's generationally going to be there. So,
well, that's exactly it. It is on YouTube. So go check out our YouTube channel, Unstoppable Overcomers. You go watch it.
But what I'm saying is, it's limitless where it can go, and it's going to be heard by who needs to hear it at any time and point in time from this point forward in history.
There we go, my friend. There we go. I didn't even think of it that way.
Infinite possibility.
So technically, you don't even have to leave your house. You just have to have Wi-Fi and what we're doing today and streaming it to my YouTube channel. And from your lips to God's ears or the universe's ears or the Holy Spirit's ears or whomever, billions of people.
We'll call him Joe. Let's call him Joe. To Joe.
Joe. Okay, don't be speaking like that. My husband will get a big head. His name is Joe.
Okay. So. Oh, okay. Then we'll say Bob. We'll go to Bob. I don't even want to call it Robert. I want to stick with Bob. It's short and simple.
Bob.
But I mean, like infinite possibilities. It could be up there for the next thousand years. If it's on there for the next 1,000 years, there's a good chance it hits billions of people. I mean, why are we limiting our capacity?
That is true. 8 billion people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Let it reach every ear.
Yeah. Over time it will.
There we go. Well, as you're listening to it, subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're there.
Yeah, let the other 8 billion know too, by the way.
Yeah, let the other 8 billion know.
Tap on every person next to you. You'll be fine. You'll get this. We'll eventually have an 8 billion rope around the planet.
Oh, that is so funny. Back in the day, I used to have a business in travel. And I'm like, there's there's 8 billion people in the world. All I need is just a handful of people to,
Hmm.
to look at this. And I kept thinking of that. And then, people look at me like I'm crazy because I always used to think outside the box. And then
Hmm.
I thought something was wrong with me. So for years, I went around walking this earth thinking that something was wrong with me. Come to find out, it was them, not me.
Hmm.
And I had it right all along. And so for 10 years, I was in a tailspin like this. And now all of a sudden, all this stuff is coming back to me.
Hmm. It's I figure it's the other 8 billion and two people that are wrong, not me. So we're good. I mean, I'm not worried about it. Like, I don't. There is no right or wrong. It just is what it is.
That is
Who,
true.
who am I to judge what's right and what's wrong? I lived in judgment of myself forever. I have no interest in ever doing that again.
And now
And
you
when I
help set
judge,
people free.
I'm just free in every way possible. Like, I'm not worried about it. It doesn't matter.
You can see the lightness in you even from 2 years ago to now. You can totally see it.
That's the sun burning the living shit out of me on my back because I'm wearing a dark colored shirt and I'm sitting outside because the kids are home. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm lighter. I mean, my eyes are lighter blue, like they glow more. Yeah, I'm just me. I'm just being me. My energy is higher. Everything's better. I mean, I'm just whatever.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
need to fit anyone else's mold or anybody else's expectations. I don't even need to fit my own. It's awesome. I have none. I set the bar so low every day. It's fantastic. I just got to wake up. Once I do that, it's a miracle. Limitless possibilities from that point forward.
Limitless possibilities and miracles all day long. That's what we live into.
Yes,
That should
that's it.
be everybody's meditation in the morning.
Should be, but
Should
I
be.
feel like you need to almost die to have that experience to be willing to let everything else go that everybody puts upon us, including what we put upon ourselves.
True. True. Wow.
You know,
This has definitely been enlightening for sure.
well, it made me lighter. We're good.
So, Mike, where can people reach you if they want the same lightness that you're showing right now?
I'm just little by little coming back to LinkedIn. I mean, I'm actually signing in now a couple days a week. Not really doing much on it, but I'm actually signing in a couple days a week, and I'm evolving it and shifting it a little bit. My cell phone number's on LinkedIn. Feel free to text me. I don't care. WhatsApp me, whatever's best for anybody. For the Canadians out there, I mean, because texting isn't always direct for them, or anyone else in the world. But yeah, I mean, I'm easy to find. Like, you go to my contact info on LinkedIn, it's all there. I never took it down,
Cool.
so I just stopped responding to people on LinkedIn, and I deleted the app from my phone.
Oh, you're hilarious. Well, I just text you. That's how I do it. But you never answer your text. You always answer your email.
I don't get your texts, so I don't know who
Really?
you're sending them to. Yeah, I don't know who you're sending them to, but I don't get them.
Oh, that's weird. Because I even asked you,
Someone
is that the same phone number
look,
you have?
someone named Mike is getting them.
Well,
That's what matters, and they're having
no,
full length conversations with you that we have no comprehension. WhatsApp. I'm on WhatsApp. Have you ever texted me? Now I'm going to check, which is going to take me off the screen. But now I'm curious. After all this, I'm
it wasn't
curious.
on WhatsApp. It was a regular text.
Huh.
So you're telling me if it's on
Okay,
WhatsApp?
so the last text I got from you was May 3rd, 2021 at
Oh,
6:47 p.m. I don't think
uh,
that's the most recent.
no, no,
Yeah.
it
So
was just the other day.
no. Did I respond?
No,
Oh, well then. What number do you have?
hold on.
I mean, it's online anyway, so I don't care about talking
Five
about it
six
online.
one 2 8
Mm-hmm.
1 4332.
251. Now we know why you're not getting a hold of me.
251.
Four
Oh,
three three
well,
two.
shit.
Well, here's the thing, though. At one point, you had the right number because May 23rd of 2021, I got the message from you. So I don't know. That's hysterical, though.
How did you? Okay, so how did it work before? You said you never changed your number?
No, my number's been the same since 2019.
Okay, that's just wild and crazy.
It's all right. Now I'm smoking on the live. We're good. We're just taking
Well,
this to whole new levels.
well, that's okay. That's okay. This is
Oh, I just got a text from Dorothy in case anybody's wondering. It
well.
went
I
through.
fixed it.
How
I
about that? It
fixed
went
it.
through.
I
We're
fixed
good. It
it.
went through. That's so awesome.
Well, Mike, thank you so much. This is the power half hour show, so thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you to all of our guests that are out there listening and that's on the replay. We appreciate you. No, we are on Roku now, so go check out our Roku channel as well, Unstoppable Overcomers. Check us out. And thank you so much, Mike, for coming on and sharing who you are and sharing your light with us.
You're welcome. Remember, it expires today because tomorrow's a new day. So I'm a completely different person by then. And if I wake up tomorrow, then it's another miracle. So we'll just keep living into those.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So I just want to give one last shout out to our sponsor of today's show for all your doTERRA oil needs. Definitely go see Bonnie at beoilywithbonnie.com or give her a call or a text at 810-414-0929. And thank you so much, folks. Don't forget, be unstoppable in all that you do, and same time, same channel next week. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.